Thank you, Professor Wusterman, for your very kind introduction and for the opportunity to share this special occasion with all of you, faculty, guests, family, and friends. I want to start by congratulating the class of 2012 on your great success. It's an honour for me to be here, and I know that many of you, graduates, parents, loved ones, have been waiting for this day for certainly many months, probably many years, I would imagine. Please, I'd like you to take just a moment and turn to those around you, wave to your family and friends, and say thank you, and cheer yourselves, and thank everybody. This is your network. Or you can clap if you like. As you stand here tonight, or sit as you are now, you are at the starting point of an adventure. And this ceremony is a great testament to your potential. In the interest of full disclosure, I did a quick search of the best commencement speeches of all time, on Google, of course. Steve Jobs, Bono, Larry Page, Oprah Winfrey, they were on the list, and wow, that was slightly intimidating at first. But anyone who knows me well will tell you that I've never shied away from stretch assignments. So here we are. And I want to tell you, graduates, I truly hope that you won't either. Bono said, and I agree with him, the future is not fixed, it's fluid. The world is more malleable than you think, and it's waiting for you. This is so true. My international career has certainly been fluid and filled with fleeting moments of sheer terror, I can tell you, converted to absolute determination, meeting wonderful, new, and entirely different and diverse individuals who have helped me to see the world through their eyes, creating solutions that were far better because we leveraged diverse networks and diverse perspectives. It's this discussion of diversity and strong networks that will be a central theme of the advice I'd like to share with you tonight. Having been very fortunate to live an adventurous life in the UK, in India, Australia, New Zealand, the United States, and later back in the UK and India, and now back in the UK again, diversity and inclusion for me are concepts that are absolutely fundamental to both personal and business success in all scenarios. I've lived and worked in all of the countries that I've just named and worked extensively in another 13 at last count, and I do count them, sort of striking them up on the board. And importantly, I've never taken any of that for granted. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to travel, literally and figuratively, a global path, still managing to stay connected to others around me. One could not have had a more innate education regarding the value of diversity to a team of people. I've also come to appreciate that as the world becomes increasingly interdependent, the ability of any organisation to tap into diverse, inclusive networks and diverse perspectives, experiences, skills, and approaches has a significant impact on its ability to solve problems and navigate an increasingly complex global challenges. I fundamentally believe in the imperative of a high-performance global business culture. And it will be up to you, going forward, to manage the space between us. That is the space within a globally connected 24/7 culture that still needs physical connection to thrive, and I suspect it always will. The notion that we can achieve our potential without an inclusive culture or an inclusive approach to life is just counterintuitive. And all of us in this room this evening need to continue to work hard to create that inclusivity. Look only to the daily news headlines in the financial press for evidence of the challenges that are going to be solved only with thoughtful, comprehensive and diverse solutions and leadership. I'm often asked how I got into this line of work, and although there is no one simple answer, my life experiences have undoubtedly played a part. I did not recognise the moment at the time, but life is often quite funny that way. And it turns out that having spent several years of my childhood at the British school in New Delhi, one of just 22 or so children representing some 16 or so countries, was a future microcosm of the business world I now navigate, and in fact, the program that you've just participated in yourselves. At the end of 2006, my role involved supporting businesses and employees in 28 cities across 15 countries outside of North America. From Rio, London and Milan to Pune, Hong Kong and Sydney, and so many places in between. And today it stretches to 100 cities in 36 nations. And I'm extraordinarily proud to work for a company where our top 210 leaders, those on our executive committee, operating committee, and regional operating committees, were born or raised in 39 different countries around the world. The diversity of thought leadership in that mix is inspiring, just as I was also incredibly inspired last night by attending an event on this campus with 20 or so students from multiple countries. In late 2006, I was asked to head up BNY Mellon's operations in Pune, India, as you heard, which I did for almost 3 years. It was a complete thrill and a truly wonderful aspect of my career adventure so far. In a land of more than 1 billion people, multiple religions, 23 official languages, and the inherent diversity in all of that, I learned further how important it is to stay attuned to the criticality of inclusion, as well as how to leverage the benefits, which for me are pretty clear: diversity of talent and diversity of thought leadership. It is well documented that diversity and inclusion drive higher levels of employee engagement, and that those higher levels of employee engagement drive better results for employees and better results for shareholders. My company, like many successful global businesses, has found this to be the case. Simply put, we work hard to make sure that our teams represent the diverse backgrounds and needs of our employees, our clients, and the communities in which we live and work, including, of course, in Germany. As I meet more people from different backgrounds and cultures, as indeed I did last night here, what resonates with me is just how much there is to learn. The international experience opens our minds to fresh perspectives and different ways of tackling challenges. But we do, of course, as employees and leaders, have to genuinely like people and be opening to listening and learning from others. If we don't, we never get that time or that opportunity back. We may do well in our careers, in that circumstance, but never as well as we could have. This concept of opening our minds to fresh perspectives and different ways of tackling challenges is especially powerful, for example, when it comes to getting inside a client's mind, trying to understand their needs and issues so we can better provide solutions for them. Diverse groups develop more creative solutions and ultimately drive better business results. My hope is that diversity and inclusion are not viewed as separate, but simply part of how we work, interact, and live. And I, for one, certainly derive personal satisfaction from seeing diverse people succeed in our company, in our industry, and in society at large. So when you ask yourselves, as I hope you will, how will you change the world? Like your family and friends surrounding you, I hope that you will take huge advantage of the continuous learning opportunities inherent in our globally interconnected world and not take anything for granted, including the network and the relationships that you have created through this program. And I hope that you'll also take those fleeting moments of fear and push yourself into the unknown, where you will undoubtedly meet the challenges of this new era head on. When you do, I hope that you will harness the twin gifts of curiosity and compassion to ever broaden your perspective. If everyone on a team has the same background and the same experience, it is unlikely they will generate new ideas and approaches to addressing a challenge or an opportunity. So I hope that you will build that truly inclusive network. I hope that you'll do everything in your power to put aside preconceptions about people who are different from you. And as future leaders, that means keeping diversity in mind as you build your teams. It means abandoning any stereotypical assumptions you may have about what others can do or cannot do because they're different in some way from you, whether in age, in gender, in education, in ethnicity, nationality, in work experience, or any other factor too numerous to mention. And as you become leaders of the future, as I'm sure many of you will in some capacity or another, it means maybe taking the extra step and offering a stretch assignment to someone with a different background to your own. I've been a fortunate beneficiary of that several times over in my career, and I work hard myself also to try to give some of that back to others that work for me. I encourage you to continue to build your network of friends, colleagues, and mentors that will enable you to grow personally, increasing your capacity to engage with people around you. And I am certain of this from experience, that will be wonderfully and surprisingly different. I hope that my global citizenship has added a tiny bit of perspective for the adventures that await you in your business and personal lives. I wish you great success in your own career adventures from here on, or in whatever else you choose to do. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you very much. Thank you.